Have you ever wondered how hypnosis works and if it's all just a spectacle or if there's some science behind it? Hypnosis, a term that often conjures images of swinging pendulums and mysterious stage shows, is much more than its often sensationalized portrayal. It's a fascinating field, shrouded in mystery and rife with misconceptions. Contrary to popular belief, hypnosis isn't about mind control or supernatural powers. It's a genuine psychological therapy procedure, a tool used by trained professionals to help people explore deep-seated thoughts, overcome fears, and change harmful behaviors. It's about tapping into the power of the mind, not manipulating it. The portrayal of hypnosis in media as an eerie, mind-bending phenomenon has led to its misunderstanding. It's easy to get caught up in the dramatic depictions, but the real story of hypnosis is far less theatrical and far more intriguing. It's time to demystify hypnosis and delve into its principles. Contrary to popular belief, hypnosis isn't about mind control, it's about heightened focus and suggestibility. When we delve deeper into the principles of hypnosis, we discover three main elements at play. The first one is concentration. Hypnosis is not a haphazard process, it requires the individual to focus intensely on something. This could be a specific thought, a sensation, or even the hypnotist's voice. The mind is not passive during hypnosis. On the contrary, it's actively engaged, zeroing in on a particular element to the exclusion of everything else. This intense focus is what allows the individual to enter a state of hypnosis. Now, you might be wondering, how can someone focus so intensely if they're feeling anxious or tense? That's where our second principle comes into play. Relaxation. Hypnosis necessitates a state of physical and mental relaxation. The subject must be at ease, free of stress or anxiety. This doesn't mean they're sleeping or zoned out. Rather, they're in a calm, relaxed state, which facilitates the deep focus needed for hypnosis. Once concentration and relaxation are in place, we move on to the third principle of hypnosis, suggestibility. During hypnosis, the subject becomes more open to suggestions. But this doesn't mean they'll accept any suggestion thrown their way. It's not about making someone cluck like a chicken on command. Instead, it's about guiding the individual toward positive changes or outcomes. For instance, a hypnotist might suggest that a subject will feel more confident, less anxious, or free from a particular fear. The heightened state of focus and relaxation makes the subject more receptive to these suggestions, enabling them to internalize and act on them, even after the hypnosis session has ended. In essence, the principles of hypnosis are not about controlling someone's mind, but about guiding it. It's about harnessing the power of concentration, relaxation, and suggestibility to facilitate positive change. These principles work together to create an altered state of awareness where the subject is more receptive to positive suggestions and changes. So we've learned that hypnosis isn't about mind control, but rather, it's a state of focused attention, deep relaxation, and heightened suggestibility. Remember, hypnosis is not some mystical state, but a natural human condition that we all experience in different forms every day. We've delved into the principles, highlighting that hypnosis is a tool for positive change and not some hocus-pocus or mind control. It's like a mental Swiss Army knife with various uses. Therapy, check. Pain management, absolutely. Stress relief, you bet. These are just a few examples of the wonders hypnosis can work when used with intent and understanding. We've also emphasized the importance of professional guidance in hypnosis. It's a tool, yes, but like any tool, it can cause harm if used improperly. So always proceed with caution and seek expert advice. In essence, hypnosis is a fascinating tool with the power to help us change our lives in positive ways when used correctly.